Hey guys, RedPandaMining here. So I'm going to be covering the situation regarding Nicehash versus Phoenix Miner, essentially, and also there's a lot of people mad right now at Nicehash. So I'm just going to be reading the response that Phoenix Miner just put out recently. They have a huge post here, which I'm going to be reading through. I haven't read through the whole thing yet, so I'm essentially just going to be reacting to it as I read along, and hopefully you guys have a coffee to go along with that. But I just wanted to quickly point some small things first regarding the blog post on Nicehash. So they released this on March 6th, about a few days ago as of recording this video, and they said stop using Phoenix Miner immediately. And they said here, Phoenix Miner is no longer available for download, and I believe that is on the Mega Upload, the very common place for people to go to their Bitcoin Talk thread and download from the Mega Upload link, right, for Phoenix Miner. And so going down here, a lot of people were really mad because I saw a bunch of posts, even on my Discord. Some people reinstalled their OS and changed all their passwords and just reformatted everything because Nicehash said here, if you have used Phoenix Miner on your PC, which contains any sensitive information or any information of any value, such as logins to various services, yada yada yada, they say here, if you use Phoenix Miner on your PC, we recommend you do the following. And a lot of people apparently did this and were really mad. And so Phoenix Miner wrote on the very top of their Bitcoin Talk thread, important, in light of the continuing smear campaign from Nicehash, we have published a full timeline with our communication with them and our thoughts about their failed attempt to tarnish our reputation. Wow, that's a huge thing to say. So I'm going to read through this right here. Okay, so guys, let's begin. Here are our thoughts about the whole debacle with Mega terminating our account and the accounts of many other miner developers, and Nicehash's overreaction, which we now believe was a deliberate smear campaign and perhaps something even more malicious. We will post here some relevant private messages between us and representatives of Nicehash over the past several months. There have been some internal debate if this was the right thing to do, but after some thought, we decided that we could not stay silent when someone is trying to tarnish our reputation. The only changes in the messages below were to remove any personally identifiable information, names, etc. Alright, timeline, here we go. The story begins last November when Nicehash representative tried to persuade us to sign our binaries with code signing certificate. Alright, so you guys know Phoenix Miner is closed sourced, alright, it's not open sourced. So going down here, Nicehash representative, Friday, November 27th, 2020, hello, we would request that you code sign your release of binaries, EXEs, and DLLs you own. If possible, please choose a globally accepted CA authority of your choice. If this is something you're not inclined to do, please inform us why and what your concerns might be. Code signing would reduce AV detection and increase users' confidence in the software, and of course would increase our confidence that we are shipping the correct binaries. Note that we will prefer and primarily use the miners who are signed. Regards. So Phoenix Miner says here, the signing of our files would involve revealing our identities, which is something we are reluctant to do because of the reasons outlined in our response to their message. All right, so here we go. Phoenix Miner responds November 29th, 2020. Hello, unfortunately, we cannot do this for the following reasons. We want to keep our anonymity as well as possible, as this is at odds with getting a valid certificate from a major CA. Part of our reasoning is that the integral part of cryptocurrency ideology. You don't need to know or have explicit trust in others in order to do business with them. However, much more important are few high-profile accidents with sudden unexplained disappearances of prominent software developers and pool owners. Example, Claymore, and the sudden closure of Dwarf Pool, etc. Some may call us paranoid, but we are just cautious. Unlike exchanges, pools, and services like yours, we do not hold any amount of users' cryptocurrency, nor do we have any server infrastructure that is publicly accessible. So there is no inherent risk that we will be hacked or steal the funds of users in any significant way. If our software does something malicious, it will be quickly detected and we will lose our reputation without much financial gain for it. As far as the AV detection goes, ever since our first release of our miner, various AV scanners discovered a lot of threats in an absolutely clean executable built from entirely our source without any external blobs, so we knew it was totally clean. For a while we tried to argue with them, and several of the major ones made exceptions in their databases. However, we soon discovered that we need to go through this with each new release, which is totally unproductive use of our time. We don't even use full executable encryption like some of our competitors, just some admittedly advanced anti-tampering code to protect our IP and detect attempts to reverse engineer parts of our software. So our choice is to either bow to the AV makers and make our software easy to reverse, or lose our competitive advantage, or ignore them and provide end users with necessary tools, example checksums, to check the authenticity of our software. Our chain of trust starts with bitcointalk.com, which may be absurd at first, but it is proven to be reliable and impartial over the years, and never bowed to any outside pressure, which is more than can be said for most CAs. Best regards. Oh, that was long. All right, so hopefully you guys understand why Phoenix Miner is staying anonymous, I guess. All right, now going down, Phoenix Miner says, we will only add that the sudden disappearance of Claymore some time ago had really spooked us. Are we next? Especially given that one of the last versions of his miner contained digitally signed Windows driver, which implies that he had to reveal his identity to the signing authority. This may be a coincidence, but we are not willing to gamble our lives and the safety of our families by ignoring the risks. In the end, we have decided to continue developing Phoenix Miner, but with strict measures to keep our identities private. Wow. This is an intense paragraph right here. Okay, going along, guys. March 7th. Now, let's jump into the present. Sometime last weekend, Mega decided to delete our account, as well as accounts of many other mining developers. We do not know the reasons, but our best guess is that probably someone complained or even threatened them with lawsuits. Whatever the reason, there are alternatives, and it seems like they didn't do anything evil like replacing the binaries with something malicious. So while inconvenient, this is not a big deal. Unfortunately, we were offline at the time and couldn't react fast enough. When we found out about the situation, we checked our messages. Among all well wishes, anxious questions, and some death threats, yet we get some of those, there was this quite normal and reasonable message from Nicehash. All right, here we go. Nicehash representative, Sunday, March 7th. Okay, so this is a day after Nicehash made this blog post. Okay, so going along here, he says, hello, can you explain what happened to your account at mega.cz? Phoenix Miner says here, we didn't know that much about the situation yet, but we already established that none of our accounts were compromised, so we reassured them that while our Mega account was deleted, we are not hacked in any way. Phoenix Miner responded March 8th of 2021, so the next day after this one right here. He says, hello, we do not know the reason either, but Mega just terminated our account without any explanation besides you violated our TOS. As the same has happened with Claymore's account and some other miners, it is obvious that there is a crypto mining software purge on Mega. We are looking for a new hosting solution for our software, and it will be up and running very soon. We have full control of our bitcointalk.org account, and we are busy making the next version of Phoenix Miner. Best regards. All right, so pretty, nice, pretty professional talk so far. All right, next up is our first task was to remove Mega upload link in our first post in our thread. All right, so this is the main top thread in the Phoenix Miner on the Bitcoin Talk, guys. I'll have this all linked down below as well. You guys can read this and read this post that I'm reading right here if you want. You don't have to keep listening to my voice, but going along here and post the message clarifying the situation and providing checksums of the individual executable files in Phoenix Miner 5.5c archive. In this case, someone was trying to check if his copy of the miner is genuine. Then we created a GitHub account and uploaded the latest version of Phoenix Miner there. Okay, so yeah, looks like they have the GitHub account now. Okay, so yeah, that looks good. All right. Okay, going along here. In the meantime, we received this message from one of the higher ups in Nicehash. Apologies if we get this title incorrect, but he did not find it necessary to introduce himself, probably assuming that everyone should know who he is. Okay, so DJezo on March 8th, 2021. All right, he says, first, let me tell you that we are very sorry for the damages caused to you. We will make a public apology. I hope you agree with this. This was now very bad for us and for you, all because of a simple misunderstanding. This should not happen in the future anymore. I guess, yeah, the misunderstanding here is Nicehash kind of, I guess, yeah, pretty much jumping the gun and claiming that it was something malicious and everyone had to reformat their PC. So that's pretty intense. Okay, going along here. Is there any way you can reveal your identity, at least to us? Because if we know your identity, then we don't have this issue anymore and would publish all of your updates as soon as possible. We could perhaps even work out some deal to get your bins signed on the Nicehash miner. Ideally for us would be if you already provided signed bins, we could use them to go mainstream to make every gamer also a miner, and for miners to have a choice among mining tools rules is never a bad thing. I hope you did not see this action as a way to be pushing our new QuickMiner by killing your product, because QuickMiner cannot be replaced. Far from that. It has no AMD support and it only works on Windows, thus it is targeted towards a different audience. It was just very convenient for a lot of people to start pouring all the hate they usually have against us. We gave them a perfect chance and reasons. Our intentions were completely legit, to protect our customers and throw off any possible responsibility if in fact there was an evil plan behind your product. This is something that we are very much scared of, and there is only one reason why: because your identity is not known. We do have a third-party EULA users have to agree to, but this could only protect us in court. Our reputation would be ruined badly. I hope you understand our point of view and why we did the actions that we did. Okay, so this is the response from Nicehash, just so you guys know. Okay, going along, this is going to be quite a bit longer, guys, I'm sorry. So going along, Phoenix Miner says here, so beneath some genuine sounding apologies, we find another attempt to find out our real identities. Despite the polite tone of the message, its contents can be translated to, we asked you nicely before you refused. So if you want us to retract our FUD post about your miner, you must reveal your identity to me. Well, we don't react well to threats, even polite ones, so our response was... All right, so Phoenix Miner says, on March 8th of 2021, regardless of your intentions, this wasn't the best way to react to this not so dramatic event. None of our accounts have been hacked, and none of our customers that follow the simple procedure of downloading from the official mega link, or at least comparing the checksums, were at risk at any time. Please note that there were much more serious security incidents in your company's past. Oh, Phoenix Miner did a little jab there. All right, we find it hard to believe in your sincerity, so let's see your retraction post first. And then we can talk about what kind of identity proof we can give you. Otherwise, we will be rewarding your damaging overreaction, which is not a good thing in our book. We are moving to GitHub as a first, probably temporary solution, and we will then set up a few backup hosts in case GitHub also caves under pressure. Okay, going along, Phoenix Miner says, after that we checked out more closely the Nicehash website and their Reddit page, we found that rather a mere FUD post, they created a full-blown smear campaign with some gems like spontaneous post. Okay, so which is, I believe, this whole post right here, I believe. Actually, if we can go right click this, open in a new tab, and I believe this is okay. Oh, no, this is a different post from the Nicehash blog. Okay, so, okay, well, this is the first time I'm seeing this. So they're apparently on the Nicehash subreddit. There is a huge response here, or I guess another post from Nicehash. Wow, this is really, really big. Okay, well, I'll have this link down below as well, but I'm not going to read through that. That is, wow, this is quite huge. Okay, but going along in the Phoenix Miner response here, sanctioned by Nicehash themselves, which warns you not only against the dangers of using Phoenix Miner, but why you shouldn't use any other miner besides the official miner of Nicehash. Frankly, we were half expecting to find warnings that prolong the use of Phoenix Miner that can lead to COVID-19, balding, or erectile dysfunction. Oh my goodness. At the end of this work of art, there was this promise. So Phoenix Miner asks here, would you apologize to Phoenix Miner if it turns out that they were truly just a misunderstanding and some third force made him unable to fix the issue with the download location? Nicehash responds, yes, we would like to make a public apology to Phoenix Miner if this ever happens and turns out that there was indeed no evil plan behind. But at this moment in time, we had to warn our customers about potential dangers. Okay, going along, Phoenix Miner says, still waiting for that apology, not holding our breaths though. Our next order of business was to find a way to prove all the concerned miners that our bitcointalk.org account is not compromised. This was a bit tricky, but we finally settled on making a big ETH transaction out of our main dev fee wallet and announcing the exact amount of ETH that to be transferred beforehand in our Bitcoin Talk thread, as we have kept only parts of the keys for the dev fee accounts, and we don't live at the same place, so this took some time. In the meantime, we received another message with quite a different tone. Okay, so yeah, I have the transaction here. Okay, so look at this, 123.456. That's 123 Ethereum, which is quite a bit coming out of the Ethereum developers address here. You guys can see there's like 549 Ethereum in there, which is which is a lot. Okay, going along here, Dejezo from Nicehash responds, everything will be established back as it was, but I'm really curious. Why are you so anonymous? I've got another hint from someone that you are collecting fees from botnets. Is that true? Because then this is really not good for our business. We cannot afford to be linked with a crimes of such proportions, and we would have to make greater distance between. Wow. Also, what I don't understand is if you are connected with a crime somehow, and this is the reason why to stay anonymous, why not create a second miner as a legal business, a miner that you could sign and distribute without any worries for end users? Wow, this is crazy. Okay, going along here. So going from apologizing to practically accusing us from being criminals, almost mid-sentence. Mind you, we are not angels, but the worst things we are guilty include a number of speeding tickets, one citation for disorderly conduct after a night of heavy drinking. And another curious thing is that there's a well-known publicized association of some high-caliber Nicehash employee, perhaps former, with a botnet creation. At least have the decency to fabricate some other crime instead of accusing us of your own past wrongdoings. Holy smoke, so much, oh man, so much heat is being put forth here, guys. This is just wow. Going along, the last part of this message, however, is rather interesting. If you are connected to with a crime somehow, and this is the reason to stay anonymous, why not create a second miner as a legal business? So Phoenix Miner says here, a miner that you can sign and distribute without any worries on the end users. So our imaginary criminal activity wouldn't be a problem for them as long as we create another properly signed miner. At this point, we were frankly fed up, and we decided that any further communication with Nicehash is pointless. After that, there were several exchanges with wild allegations and counter allegations between Dejezo and apparently former member of Nicehash. Hopefully none of what was written there was true, but a bad taste remains. Thankfully, most of the messages were deleted by their authors, but not before destroying their credibility even further a couple hours after that we received this final message. So Dejezo just says here, the same day, March 8th. All right, so all these emails were on the same day, basically. He says here, I just talked to our lawyers and they suggested to take over from here. They are being very cautious because you could actually make serious damage to us. So it seems like we will be stuck in this deadlock until it is cleared out with your KYC or something like that. Also, KYC will be mandatory for all third-party miners. We may lose some customers if you wouldn't be interested in to perform this action, but it is less risky than continuous red button that you could press any time to destroy us. Perhaps you should have consulted your lawyers before making unfounded allegations. Sometime after we finally got our private keys together and performed the verifying transaction of 123.456 ETH out our main dev fee wallet as detailed here. Okay, so I just showed you the guys, the 123 Ethereum that was sent out as just to show that they are legitimate, they're real. Okay, all right, going down here, guys, going along. I hope. Oh man, this is all right. We're almost at the end here. Okay, so exactly what happened. This is pure speculation at this point, but given all the information before, we can think of two scenarios, best and worst. The truth is probably somewhere in between them. Best case scenario, Nicehash were not especially concerned with our mega accounts were deleted, but instead saw this as an opportunity to start a smear campaign against us, hoping that their users will stop using the miner and switch to theirs instead. They were probably encouraged by the fact that they weren't online for more than a month and hoped that we would just disappear like Claymore before, and they would be able to spew whatever BS they want without opposition from us. When we surfaced online, they panicked that we may have somehow prevent our users from mining on Nicehash as retaliation. A couple hours later, when they saw no retaliation, the tone of Dejezo's messages were quickly switched from apologetic to confrontational. At that point, they probably decided to go all in and continue spewing BS because we cannot be sure about Phoenix Miner's identity. Wow. Okay, going along, I said here, worst case scenario, all right. The whole mega mining software purge was initiated by complaints and takedown notices from Nicehash themselves. After that, the scenario is pretty much identical to the one above. However, the burning desire of Nicehash to reveal our identities, even if it is only to them, is quite disturbing. Maybe they just want to dug up some dirt on us. Good luck with that. But maybe they want to do something much more sinister. Okay, so wow, this is crazy. This is crazy, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, going down. But okay, how can we trust Phoenix Miner? They say here, we cannot give you indisputable proof of trust, but because there's no such thing. However, there are other things you can consider. We have deployed Phoenix Miner for more than 3 years, and we have thousands of users. There was never any security incident with our miner as long as it was downloaded from the official download location. Mega upload link was now moved to GitHub. We provide checksums in our thread here so you can check the integrity of your miner even if you have downloaded from somewhere else. Making sure that checksums match should be done by everyone even if you have downloaded the miner from the official link. We don't hold any amount of users' cryptocurrency, nor do we have any server infrastructure that is publicly accessible, so there is no inherent risk that would be hacked or steal funds of users in any significant way. We are a group of old school developers with real passion about computing and programming. We believe in crypto and we are fully invested in its future. Yes, it is easy to say this now when profits are at an all-time high, but during the first few years, the profits weren't that great compared to our day jobs at the time. Over the years, our market share grew substantially, so it would be extremely foolish to jeopardize our legitimate income by doing something malicious. If you can't trust our integrity, you can at least trust our rationality. Nice. Nice. I like that. Okay, going down, guys. Final thoughts. The whole thing is quite extraordinary because due to the nature of our business, we had some dealings with all major pools. In every single case, we found them to be totally responsible, professional, and reliable. Even when we were newbies and messed up in the beginning, even when we had some disagreements, everything was solved in a respectful and constructive manner. We never promoted or badmouthed any pool because we feel that we must be impartial in order to develop good mining software. However, after a couple of months that we had to contact with Nicehash, we are frankly just fed up with them. Oh, wow. Wow. Going along, still, we won't tell you to stop using Nicehash. It's not our place to do so, and everyone can decide for themselves. Yeah, that's a good call. However, we are personally wouldn't want to be associated with them in any way. Our advice is to be very cautious when dealing with them. Withdraw your earnings as soon as possible, which a lot of people say, monitor your miner performance, and so on. We wouldn't put it beside them to start banning you or creating some fake issues when you start mining on their pool with Phoenix Miner. After this colossal waste of everyone's time, we hope that this issue is behind us. And probably reading this whole thing, I mean, hopefully you guys listened, and hopefully it wasn't a waste of time. But wow, what a response here from Phoenix Miner after this whole Nicehash this blog post that they did here. And I have a few other things I want to talk about, but I'm gonna just link some Reddit threads and some responses, the responses that Phoenix Miner did here, and I want you guys to let me know what you think. All right, this is intense, and I want to know if this affected you in some way, especially with like reinstalling your OS or just reformatting. This is crazy. This is just crazy. Okay. Anyways, guys, I'm not really gonna like say my thoughts because it's just like, wow, this is like the biggest drama of ever. But I want to know what you guys think. This is quite the big story for sure. Yeah, anyways, I'll have this all linked down below in case you guys want to read it. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Okay, so I appreciate you all. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one, and peace out.